So boys and girls, welcome to the Petrol Beast channel. I thought I would do something different, so this one is my first audio video review of a car, not just a POV. As you can see, today we've got something a little bit special for all those of you that like the VW badge. This is a 2015-2016 Golf R. This car is actually my friend's car, Robert, from the Fast Life. Yeah, there it is. This is his website. You can also check in the link below in the description his YouTube channel and his Instagram account. So getting back to the car, this actually is a pre-facelift model. This is a 7th generation of the Golf. This one is a 2-liter 300 brake horsepower car. So it was actually different to the standard Golf in the R. So apart from the badge that is obvious right there, the car, apart from the color, is distinguished by those huge rims. Those are actually 19 235 section 35 profile, so it is a very low profile tire. Actually, Robert had some problems with those rims when he cracked those at a regular looking pothole. He had to replace 2 of them. Silver mirror caps as in the Audi S and the RSs, so that's a nice touch. Of course, the R badge right there. Going back, we can see 2 most obvious things that can distinguish the Golf R from a regular one. The first is a little bit of a spoiler, but I guess you could get it in the GTI too. And the most obvious things is this diffuser with 4 exhaust, the quad exhaust pipes that, as you can see in this example, have been used properly. So let's go for a drive and I will just tell you something more about the car. First thing is a flat bottom steering wheel. This is a characteristic R and GTI thing. There are blue needles within the gauges. We can see else, yeah, the headliner is in black. This one is equipped with a Dyne Audio, which, as to my knowing, is a later model, because the earlier models had some problems, had some issues with the spare wheel that couldn't have the subwoofer from the Dyne Audio. Of course, the R lining on the seats, some nice textures, but it isn't like a full carbon. The 4Motion logo, of course, and that's pretty much it. So apart from those, this is a regular Golf, which is fine by me. I mean, this is supposed to be a good sleeper, so I guess this is what people want, because this car is very popular, was very popular, and of course still is with the 8th generation. So let's start the car and hear the engine sound. The car will start in probably a normal mode. Maybe sound check. Yeah, all good. Let's change the mode into race. Of course, the RPM raises, and some little crackles in the back. So let's get back to comfort mode and go for drive. Of course, auto start stop system off. Okie dokie. So I will get you to probably one of my favorite bit of roads. It is a smooth new tarmac, which is of course handy while you are testing a sporty car, but you have to believe me that this car doesn't have any problems, any issues with going over the bumps, because in the comfort mode that we are right now, the car is very subtle. Especially, I mean, the damp travel is pretty well judged. So let's see what's what in the dynamic mode. Yeah, the race one. So the drag is ready. Yeah, let's turn the ESC all completely off, foot on the brake, and I guess Mash the throttle. Ooh. Nice sound. By the way, what do we have here? I don't know if you can see. 5.1 second. Yeah, that's pretty decent. According to VW, the car should get around 4.9 seconds, so it is there. Let's get back to the ESC on. So the car should do like 4.8, 4.9 seconds, something like that. So yeah, this is pretty good. So as this is a quite good bit of road, let's tuck it into manual, downshift. Oh yeah. The engine sound really reminds me, only in the sport mode, of a 5-cylinder cars like the RS3, the TT RS and stuff like that. Because as to my knowing, there is something hidden in the dashboard that resonates in this specific kind of way that the car produces this characteristic rumble, because normally, of course, this is a 4-cylinder car. Okay, we are now going out of the city. Okie dokie. Yeah, the car really flexes its muscles in the corners, so you can feel a little bit of the back end stepping out if you lift off the throttle, but it's not like a night and day difference. I wouldn't say it is like a Fiesta ST or anything like that, or a Megane RS, but it's still, let's see how it goes with the longest corner. Yeah, you can really feel the four-wheel drive system helping out the car. The car feels well planted, well judged. I would tell you that it is quite a fascinating machine for a daily driven car. I mean, this is one of the highest mileage Golf that you will see, because this one has yeah, something around 150 to 1,000 kilometers. So apart from this steering wheel looking a bit, you know, looking a bit shiny, this car doesn't feel like it's been driven for a couple of years and so many kilometers. All the plastics here are very good materials, apart from the scratchy door handle, and I mean those tacky little plastics, those are not nice. But hey, I mean, this isn't after all a Bentley or an Audi, so what would you expect for the price? Drop a gear. Yeah, the pace is, I mean, it only has like 300 brake horsepower, but it feels much stronger than that. Oh yeah. So this really reminds me of the times when I was quite a bit younger and I was interested in actually buying one of these. It was like early 2014, just when the Golf R came out. I wasn't able to, you know, quite stretch my budget into a Golf R, so the only option for me was a Golf GTI. But I wasn't, you know, so much into an idea of a front-wheel drive car with 230 horsepower back then, so I ditched the idea altogether and I went for something used. But I mean, if I went for the Golf R eventually, if I had the money, this would be a really, really good car. So let's see the road here. Yeah, so look, we are now right now in the comfort mode, so the suspension really copes with all the bumps and with all the undulations pretty well. You know, I'm not especially driving on the smoothest bit of tarmac, but still it is like a very, very well judged car. I mean, this has to be like a pattern for all the car makers. When you have to make a hot hatch, a warm hatch, then you can look at the damping of a Golf, because it is really surprising how well they did it without going into air suspension, because it still has like a normal setup, only with the coilovers that can, for a daily driven car, especially in the variant form, especially in the estate form, this is absolutely amazing. Okay, let's go left right now and see how she goes with the autobahn, the autostrada. It is a fun car, I have to admit. Yeah, it is. Is it more fun than the Focus RS? I wouldn't say so, but still, the Focus RS has the manual gearbox. This one is a 6-speed DSG. I'm using the pedals because, as you can see, Robert has mounted some extensions to those, because the nasty plastic ones that VW mounts are, you know, just aren't to the job, but those metal ones, those are pretty nice to use. Well done, Robert, well done you. Mash some throttle into the corner, again reduce to the second gear. The car pulls really well. I mean, it's a very healthy engine, and the gearbox as well. Okay, let's just lift off. Alright, let's ditch back again into the comfort. 3000 RPMs at 120 kilometers an hour. So this car is quiet. I mean, it doesn't have the double glazing, of course, but for a sporty Golf with some sporty bits, exhausts, and especially the wide tires, it isn't that bad. I would say that over probably 180 200 kilometers an hour that you would have to shout a bit. So this car really still appeals to me, especially after all those years. But for me, I guess I would take the variant form, just because of that a bit of extra boot capacity, because right now, of course, it is big, but it isn't that big that you can pack your whole family for a holiday week. So again, thanks to Robert for lending his car to me. I hope you like it, and please subscribe for more of this type of videos to come in the future. As for now, bye and have a nice day.